the challenge, Get Shit Done. We're having for the next 2 weeks, I'm the first speakers, and for the next 2 weeks, every morning from Monday to Friday, we're going to have a speaker coming here and giving you some steps to do to get shit done. It's about your life, about your business, about your goals. I encourage you to come and see us every morning, and it's going to be on our walls anyway, but come and check us out to be with us. Also, if you want the gift that all the speakers are going to be giving us, we're going to have a link showing up a little bit later and in the chat so that you can go click and download all the gift from all these 10 speakers. Today, I'm going to talk to you about how to calibrate your goals. So, how to set up goals. And specifically, it applies to everyone. But I want to talk to you people, those that have kids that are going to be leaving the house soon, or maybe they're already gone. And I want to help you get an exit strategy from being a full-time parent. For the last 20, 25 years, perhaps, you've been dedicating your life for your children. You've been forgetting about yourself a lot of the time. You've been giving and giving and giving and giving. And the result of that is that once you find yourself as an empty nester, the kids have left the house, and all of a sudden, initially, it's like, oh, finally, I got all that time for myself to do what? You don't know what you like anymore. You don't know where to spend that money that you have extra a little bit. You don't know how to talk to your partner because you've been giving so much time to the children. So my purpose here today, and as I said, that apply for everyone, that is to set up goals, to set up a plan for your future so that you can rock the second half of your life. You want to work towards having an awesome future and today, an awesome today. So the work that I've been working with, it's called the breakthrough system. And with that system, the way it works is initially, and get shit done is, we're going to work right now to get some stuff done. So take your pen, take a paper, or pull out your keyboard and a blank sheet of a document. And I'll give you the first few steps on how to actually really setting up your goals so that they can stick. But before we get started, let me tell you a little bit about myself so that you know who I am if you've never heard of me before. My name is Denise Belisle, and I call myself a serenity expert. And the reason why I call myself a serenity expert is because I have over 40 years of meditation practice. I have done several courses on self-improvement, different type of meditation, from 10-day silent retreat to 3 hours sitting meditation at home to 5 minute snap off meditation. So I have a full array of technique that I've applied in my life in order to allow me to have more serenity in my life. But what really changed my life is, as much as we have all that, I had all that background on meditation, it always not always been has not always been rosy. Excuse my French. But about 27 years ago, I discovered emotional intelligence. And with emotional intelligence, the one thing that I learned the most out of that is to take 100% responsibility for my life. And while I take 100% responsibility for my life, what happened is I stopped saying it's not my fault. So when you stop saying that, when I stopped saying it's not my fault, well, I took control of my life. I took charge of what's going on in my life, and it gave me so much more power emotionally to be able to move on with my life and make the best of it. Because it's easy when you blame other people or other situation to say, oh, it's not my fault. It's because of the weather. It's not my fault. It's because of this person. It's not my fault. It's because of the traffic. Then you become a victim. You have a system of victimhood. So by taking full responsibility, and that's what I'm asking you to do right now, by taking charge and taking responsibility from now on to what's going to happen to the second half of your life so that you can rock that life, you'll see that life will become easier. And it's challenging. It doesn't happen overnight, but it takes a bit of time. But once you have that program in your brain, that once you hear yourself say, it's not my fault, say, oh, maybe it is. Take responsibilities. So let's start with the basis of the breakthrough system. The breakthrough system is a system that allows you to set up goals and break it down in little manageable bites so that, and you know exactly what to do at each instance, so that by doing it, everything else become easier or unnecessaries. It's like a domino effect. Imagine you've seen mosaic of dominoes, and then of course you need work to set up all these dominoes, and that's the breakthrough system. You set up your goals, you break it down into manageable goal, which is every dominoes, but all you have to do is click the first one, and then your life is illuminating in front of you, just like that mosaic with the dominoes that creates different patterns. So once you know exactly what you need to do right now by breaking down your outrageous goal, what do you want your life to look like? What is your life going to look like in 3 years, in 5 years, maybe just in 1 year? And then you manage to really define that. And then you break it down to 6 months, 3 months, next month, next week, today, right now. Once you break it all down, life becomes a lot easier. But before we set up our outrageous goal, I would like you to start thinking about what are your values. We often forget that once we set up goals, we don't think about what's in our goals, our heart. We think about where do we want to go, right? We think about, oh yeah, I want to have a big job and make, $1 million a year, and I want to have a big boat and I want a big house. But in reality, your values are families, your values are sharing, your values are, and then when you put yourself on materialistic things like that, then that doesn't align with your values. So once you realize what are your values, it gives you time to really focus on what's important. So if you know what are your values, and if you write it down, and if you don't, what I suggest is you go and you take a time to really ponder upon that. If you need to download, I have my program, I have the whole system where I give you a list of values, but you can go online and ask for a list of values, and then highlight maybe 5, 6, 7 of them that you feel is important for you, like integrity, like family, all the things that could come to you, honesty, who knows what, right? I mean, there's millions of values. And this is the link so that you can register. So if you want to have the freebies and the schedule of who all the speakers are, go to minklifeuniversity.com and go sign up for get the freebies, and then you'll get the schedule. And so what I recommend is the first step is find your values. So you can go online, download a list, and highlight them. Once you know what are your values, then ask yourself, what's my purpose in life? For the last 25 years, if you're a full-time parent, it was like, okay, my purpose is to take care of my kids, to raise my kids to be a proper human being, to raise my kid to become independent and to have a beautiful life on their own. And that's gone now. You're going to supervise them. You're going to hopefully be a satellite parent, which is from afar. You'll look at how they're doing and they'll be happy, as opposed to an helicopter parents and be on them all the time. But I would suggest that Look at your purpose. What are the things that you've been doing over your life that has a meaning for you, that have a purpose? Do you like to help the charitable organization? Do you like to teach? Do you like to different things that could come to you? For me, I'm a giver. I like teaching. I like supporting people. So this is my purpose. What I'm doing right now, I'm in my milieu. I love what I'm doing. And once you know your purpose, then you can look at, okay, what's your mission in life with that purpose and those values? So you put all that together. And trust me, once you make those steps, once you look at your value, your purpose, your mission, your vision, your mission, what do you want to accomplish in life? Then I'm asking you, think about what you would like to accomplish as an ultimate goal, an outrageous goal. A lot of people create like a 5 to 3 years goals. And when you do that, this allow you to create an idea of what your life will look like at that time. So look at what are you going to be doing, during with that goals. I cannot really tell you what your goal is, but think about something and then imagine, okay, who are you going to be with when you realize that goal? Are you going to be on your own? Do you have a partner? And if you don't have a partner, are you going to be with one at that time? Is that part of your goal? Where are you going to live? Who are you going to be hanging out with? If it's a financial goal, how much money would you have obtained at that time? Let's say it's a 5 year goal. So you want to build a business and in 5 years you want to have so much. Or maybe you're in mid 50s and in 5 years you want to retire and you want to have so much money saved aside to support you for the rest of your retirement days. So what's that amount? And so if it is a retirement, then what would you do during your retirement? Would you be volunteering? Would you be visiting your children? Are you going to move out? Like I've known a couple that lives in Alberta here in Canada, and their outrageous goal is to sell their house in Alberta and move to the south of France. So they're going to move there. They're buying a house there and they're going to retire in France. And that's outrageous in my eyes. Like, okay, you leave everything behind here and you go to France, and that's where you want to live the rest of your life. So what is your outrageous goal? Because by setting that up in your mind, and I want you to experience it in your heart, to say, okay, once I reach this, how are you going to feel? What is going to happen to you once you're there? Are you going to be excited? Are you going to be, creating, helping so many other people with once you accomplish that goal? So only you can write it down. And once you have that pictures in your mind of what that look like, and that's an extra step that is not mandatory, but try to build yourself a vision board on what is that like, that life's going to look like. So you can either do it on a big piece of cardboard and then you cut out little pictures and you glue it, or you can do it with the internet. You can say, okay, I want a house in the south of France, and then you can take that picture and download it. And then you can create yourself in Canva or any other programs a mosaic of all these images. Often in a vision board, you will have word. How are you going to feel? I'm going to feel energized. Maybe one of your goals is to be in the top shape in 5 years. And then you have a picture of somebody that will look the way you want to look in 5 years. And then you'll put best shape ever, super healthy, like everything that will relate to how you want your life to be in that period of time. The more energy, the more feeling you put into that outrageous goal, the easier it will be to break it down. So once you've done that, is to say, okay, this is my outrageous goal, let's say in 5 years. Now we go closer to now and say, okay, 3 years. What do I need to have in 3 years so that I'm on track for my 5-year goals. You're not going to be there. You might not have that house yet. You might not have the exact amount of money for your retirement fund. You might not have the perfect body, but you're on your way. So what would that look like? Let's say you need to eliminate, I don't know, let's say an outrageous goal. You need to eliminate 100 pounds, right? You have that 100-pound extra weight and you want to reduce it from 100 pounds, from 300 to 200, for example. Okay, so maybe in 3 years, you'll be at 75 pounds, right? That you will have eliminated. And then how much muscle mass would you have gained at that time? Or you have my idea, right? Like break it down. If it's financially, where would I be financially? And how would I reach that? Let's say you want to build your business. You want to build a new business. So how many clients will you need to have at that time to reach that amount of money? So think of all the details that will get you to be reaching that goal. And then we break it down even more. Once you have set up all of that, it could be like a large, like 10 items, right? To say that that's what it's going to look like in 3 years. Now we go forward or backward, depending where we go, but in 1 year. So where would you need to be in 1 year in order to reach your 3-year goals? And then again, you do the same exercise. You ask yourself, okay, if I want to be a certain place in 3 years, then in 1 year, then I would have had to be there. I need to have that much money, or I have to have eliminated that much weight, or I need to have prospected a house in the south of France. Or then you break it down and you think of all the details. If you want to have, build a new relationship, let's say you're single, and say, okay, would I be with that person already? Maybe we're just dating. We're not moved. We haven't moved with one another yet, because it's going to be a fresh relationship. Who knows? You're the only one that know what that goal would be. And then from there, we break it down even more in 6 months. Where would you need to be 6 months from now so that you'll be aligned with your 1-year goal? So we break it down like that, from one step to the other to the other. So to the point that, what do I need to do this month? And then what do I need to do this week? And what do I need to do today? And what do I need to do right now? So by doing that, the way it works afterwards, once you build your plan, and I do that with my clients, and I work on a step by step to do that. And once I've done that, then every week you sit down, you take 15 minutes every week, and you say, okay, these are my monthly goals. And these are the things that I have accomplished this week. Okay, so I'm on line to accomplish my monthly goal. So what do I need to do this week so that I can be further ahead with my monthly goal? So every week you sit down and you write your weekly goal according to your monthly goal. And then every month, once the month ends, you sit down, you say, okay, according to my 6 months goal, what do I need to do this month? Then you break it down. You have a bigger array for this month. Okay, this month I need to have that done. I need to contact, in order to build my client base, for example, I need to contact 25 people a day. So this month, which means that I would have contacted, let's say, 200 people. Okay, this month I need to put in my pipeline of contact 200 people. And I need to break it down for this month. I need to do that. I need to, I don't know, close maybe 20 of them. So which means that every week you have to close 4 people. So while breaking it down this way, then it allows you to create your goal as you move forward. And you're always alert, because every week you review your goals. Every month you review your goals. Every 6 months, you can set up your next 6 months goal. So by breaking it down this way, that gives you, first of all, you stay in touch with your goals. Because too often, January 1st, we make the New Year's resolution. We say, yeah, I'm going to do that this year. This year is the year. I'm going to make $100,000. But then you never talk about it again. So by following the breakthrough system, it allows you to really every week, every day, every month, You touch your goal, you realign with your goal, you pay attention to what you need to do. And I guarantee you, by doing this system and by following these steps, you will reach your goal. And sometime we realize that I've been working that way, but I don't really want to do that right now. And that's okay, because you're in touch with your goals, as opposed to let it all go and let it all fall off. You just say, oh, I'm going to go this way instead. So you work your goals towards that. So I encourage you to go to minklifeuniversity.com and to download my free gift, which is a 10 step for starting over for empty nesters. But once you're there, you will have an option to have a mini course to do that breakthrough system. And it's a quick 8 videos to do that. And I encourage you to take that option, because it will support you and align you towards at least getting started to set up your goals. And if you want to go even further, well, reach out to me. You, once you sign up, you have all my social media, you have all the ways to reach out to me. And reach out to me, because maybe we can have a conversation and I can support you into maybe defining what is your outrageous goal. So that's your get shit done for today. Is think about where you're starting, what's your value. In summaries, is that find out your value, what's your purpose, define your vision and your mission, and define your outrageous goal. What do you want to reach in the next 5 years, perhaps 3 years, maybe 10 years, so that you can rock the second half of your life? So have a beautiful day. I hope you get great value from this little talk, and tune up tomorrow for the next speaker. Goodbye.